This video will provide a basic overview and introduction to the Quality Matters General Standard 1. So the overview statement for this standard is the course overview and introduction set the tone for the course, let learners know what to expect, and provide other guidance to help learners succeed from the beginning. Much of the information that addresses General Standard 1 is going to be included in the orientation module of your course. You don't have to call this module orientation. You could call it something a little more friendly or clear, like start here or read me first. But it is important to have an orientation module before the course content modules that has all of the important documents and information that the students need to get started in the course. If it makes more sense to you to break up these items into more than one introductory module, that's fine, but just make sure that the modules are clearly labeled and easy to navigate. So your syllabus and other course documents are going to be included here, and those should be, again, clearly labeled and easy for students to access. There should be information in there for students on how to navigate the course, where they need to start. And you'll also have communication guidelines that are going to provide information such as how the instructor prefers to be addressed and also how you want to be contacted through the Canvas inbox. Do you prefer your faculty email account? This is also a good place to put netiquette and expectations for written communications in email, discussion forums, and assignments. And then you also are going to want to put your course policies and then also provide links to CCC's institutional policies. You can find the handbook and other policies on the website that you can just put right into this orientation module. I also recommend explicitly stating your policy on AI use as part of your academic integrity policy so that students are very aware up front what your policy is on using AI. So you also are going to need to provide your technology requirements if there's specific software students need, if they're going to need a webcam. If you are using Lockdown Browser and Monitor, then students will need a webcam, so it's important to let them know up front that they will need that hardware in order to be able to take the course. And if you have any other specific technology requirements, make sure that those are clear so that if students don't have those, they have the opportunity to acquire the necessary software or hardware or drop the class if necessary. You may also want to let students know about on-campus options for taking Lockdown Browser and Monitor exams, or if they don't have good internet, you can let them know that they can come to the library or they can take Respondus Lockdown Browser exams in the testing center. Let them know that they do have those options in case they run into a tech issue or they don't have the necessary tech at home. If you are teaching a first day course, instructions on how to access the course materials are vital. Students will not know how to access their course materials that they've paid for unless you provide them with directions. And then finally, introduce yourself to your students in a welcoming way. Instructor introductions are an important first step in beginning to create teacher presence within the course. Creating a welcome video is a nice way to do this. And the Record Upload Media button within the Canvas Rich Content Editor will allow you to record yourself directly within Canvas. It's also important to allow students to introduce themselves, and you can do this in discussions so that you and the rest of the class can get to know each other a little bit. And you could also give students the option of recording themselves if they'd like to in an introductory video. So when you read over the Quality Matters standard information linked below, you'll see more specific guidelines as well as examples and suggestions for how to include this important information in your course.